The gremlins have to be some of the most iconic creatures in both legend and film, with the Warner Bros. Movies really setting the stage for the gremlin creature, but also with its appearance in other films like The Twilight Zone, Family Guy, and even a more scary depiction of the gremlin in the film Shadow in the Cloud. They've even appeared in popular card games like Magic the Gathering, where they closely resemble how they're depicted in popular folklore tales, where the gremlins are creatures that destroy and take apart machinery. But with a gremlin appearing in the newest set of Magic the Gathering, March of the Machine, I wanted to talk a little bit about the gremlins from the films and the gremlins from Magic the Gathering's card game, because there's some interesting stuff here. Specifically, I want to talk about Gimbal, who is the newest pre-con commander for March of the Machines, and the Brain Gremlin from Gremlins 2: The New Batch. So with that being said, let's get into it. From what Gimbal tells us of his upbringing, it was a very generic gremlin lifestyle. He had no other purpose other than mindlessly wandering around Kaladesh searching for machinery or equipment to take apart to get at that tasty ether. And that's pretty much all he really did and cared about. He didn't think about anything else other than these two things. And one day he fell into a vat of ether, which normally would have killed him, however, strangely it did not. But instead, it made him super intelligent, basically making him the Einstein of Kaladesh gremlins. He became quite a big help during the Phyrexian invasion, as he created and invented numerous weapons to fight back the Phyrexian invaders. He also builds quite a few mechanical gremlins, which he uses to destroy and take apart nearby machinery in order to bring him materials to build new and exciting inventions. The Brain Gremlin is a gremlin that appears in Gremlins 2: The New Batch, and is one of the many gremlins to attack the Clamp Center laboratory. He takes a brain hormone, which is essentially a potion or a serum that causes the gremlin to become extremely smart. He now talks in a fast-paced British accent and is able to have full-on conversations with not just gremlins, but humans. He is shown to trick the entirety of the Clamp Center residents to leave because he pulled the fire alarm and then told them that the building was on fire. He said he has aspirations for the Gremlin army to become more inclined to modern-day society. Now, it's not made clear if the Gremlins joined Brain because of this, or they have their own plans to just kind of hang around Brain because they think he's cool. And even though Mohawk is established to be the leader of the Gremlins in this film, he seems more of a lone wolf, causing mischief and atrocities by himself rather than with the rest of the crew. So it seems like when Brain took the Gremlin army from Mohawk, he didn't really care. The only time Brain ever shows any hostility in the film is when he kills another gremlin after it irritated him while he was doing an interview with one of the main characters of the film. He says that he enjoyed it, but it was in no sense civilized. Again, going back to how he wants civilization for the gremlins. This basically confirms that, well, yes, Brain doesn't choose to kill people, he still has an inkling towards violence like the other gremlins. Now, what would it be like if these two characters were to meet face to face? Well, they're pretty vastly different characters. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have similarities. I mean, they're both gremlins, they're both very smart, but the similarities kind of end there. We have the gremlin Gimbal, who is very smart, the smartest of the gremlins in Kaladesh. So smart that he invented weaponry to defend his home plane from the Phyrexian invasion. He created all kinds of tools and gadgets and artifacts, so he's very talented and very good at what he does. However, Brain doesn't really accomplish anything. He is smart, don't get me wrong, he is very smart. However, we don't see him do anything productive with the intelligence he is given by ingesting the brain hormone in Gremlins 2: The New Batch. It seems like the only thing Brain actually does with the intelligence that he has is try to create a better world for the Gremlins, try to teach them civilization, give them everything that humans have. However, obviously he dies at the end of the film because, he's in a creature feature, but that's all he really does. I can imagine, though, that if these two did meet, they would bond over their shared intelligence, and they would create all kinds of great things together, whether it be new artifacts or whether it be creating a better world. Which obviously is what Brain wants to create a better world for his gremlins, so we can apply that to maybe the gremlins in Kaladesh. Now, this relationship probably wouldn't last long. It would last as long as beneficial. These two characters would bond over their shared intelligence, being the only intelligent members of their respective gremlin species. And they would work together for quite a long time, probably inventing all kinds of tech and creating a better world for each of their respective species. Once everything is all set in place, they would probably go their separate ways, having accomplished what they set out to do. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.